Hi friends and fellow earth angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to our Sunday reading, and I am channeling this message for the week of January 13th to the 19th. So over the next week or so, I'm going to be going into my channel and just changing the dates. I want these messages to be, and this guidance to be something that you can go back to at a later time. And although the messages, the intention is to support us for this week coming, I also want it to be something that if you need divine guidance or support, it to be something that you can go back to. So I don't want to just lock the energy into one week. So today I'm using the Archangel Michael card deck. I am using the Kyle Gray's Keeper of the Light. I am using Oracle of the Angels by Mario DeGuay and Angel Therapy by Doreen Virtue. These cards are like an action. For me, I feel like sometimes the cards that come through are like action related. These are like a validation or an extension of a word. Keepers of the Light are energies that we can work with. Of course, Michael is Michael. All right, so let me move these out of the way and we can begin our reading. See my beautiful ring? I had a client gift me with this beautiful ring, so I'm wearing it today. It feels like goddess energy, a goddess ring. I'm invoking that energy as we work with the cards. So let me open space and invite in all our guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, all beings of light that'd like to assist with this guidance. And of course, I want to invite in God, Source, Creator to bless these messages. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for our best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. Okay, Michael, what message do you have for us this week? Okay. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. It says, my prayer. I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and accepting so that I can be lovingly honest with myself and others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength. Okay, friends. Let me see here. I feel like the energy into this card is don't hold back. So here's what I'm getting. I did a family group night last night. It was a beautiful family. There was the grandmother was there, daughter-in-law was there, granddaughters were there. And a big reason why I was there is they had just lost their grandfather. And so obviously the grandmother's husband, the daughter's father-in-law, and obviously the grandchildren's grandfather. And I went there, and I'll tell you, their grandfather was amazing. The messages that they got were unbelievable. And the reason why I share that story is last night, sitting with that family, and I just love sitting with families and connecting, it really shows you that life is short. And when you work with people like that, in spirit like that have such a beautiful family, obviously it's not perfect, it makes you realize like how short life is and how life just goes by fast. And, leaving there and feeling so filled up and so much love from this family made me realize, like, what am I holding back? How am I not living? And how are fears holding me back from where I want to be? Saying what I want to say, calling out to the universe what my really heart's true desires are, or saying something and setting a boundary to somebody. And I feel like Michael's coming in today to channel the message about admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. So I want to ask, what are you holding back on? What needs to be said? What actions need to be taken? What leap of faith do you need to take? It's already there for you, friends. This isn't something that you have to dig for. It already is there. And then, so after that experience last night, there was, this morning I read every morning the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. And today he was talking about fear and how when he was a little boy, he used to be afraid of the attic door. And he talked about how one day when his family had left, he stood there in front of the attic door and he let the fear go through him. And then he turned the handle and he opened up the door and he stood there and he felt the fear. And then when he realized, nothing happened. And then he went up into the attic and he's fishing around in some boxes and he finds these pictures of his grandfather, whom he didn't know, but everybody said he was most like. And he realized that there were treasures in that fear and in that darkness. So spiritually, something could be holding you back because of your fear. Archangel Michael is the protector. He's the angel that helps us to move through worries and fears. And I want to put that message out there is maybe this is the time to face the fears. And all he suggested was just get the vision of something that you're fearful of. Maybe it's a conversation with somebody. Maybe you want to tell somebody how you feel. Maybe you want a desire, or maybe there's something that you want to do, but you feel like there might be resistance with your family. There might be resistance with your significant other, your co-workers. Sometimes maybe it's leaving a position or a job you're not happy with. Sometimes just sitting with that fear of what it would be like to hand in your resignation or make that phone call or just lay it out there. Now, I can't promise you it's going to be received in the way you want it to be received. But I can tell you that Michael is saying that life is short and it just goes by so fast, and it's just not worth letting fear and judgment and anger and blame and sadness and being scorned or whatever hold us back. So I feel like that's what this card is saying. So let me go into the Oracle of the Angels. All right, Michael, how do you want to expand on that message? What is a word that can support us if we're taking action? Let's see. Whoop, here's the card. The eternal light of love. Oh man, look how beautiful that picture is. So there's that beacon of light, that beautiful masculine energy, feminine energy, the eternal light of love. This card is 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 is a very spiritual vibration. And I feel like this is saying, as you sit in meditation, the message is admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. But that does not mean be impulsive. That does not mean have some type of plan or give yourself some time to process your action steps or how you really truly feel. Because remember, if you've got to have that conversation with a boss, so it was so Rhode Island, a boss or a significant other or a child or a friend or a potential lover or whatever, I feel like this card is saying, the eternal light of love, connecting with that energy. If you see this man, he has this beautiful energy where he's connecting his third eye to spirit. And you have this beautiful angel down here that's connecting this sword. So here we have the sword and these beautiful purple wings. So the sword, I always find I connect with the Archangel Michael. He's there to protect us, to keep us safe. I don't know if he had a sword on this, but I usually see Michael with a sword. I feel like this is saying connect with the eternal light of love within. And if you're not sure, if you're feeling in this place I don't know how I feel. I've got all my past stuff. I got all this future stuff. And I'm in the present moment. Meditation is so powerful. I really tapped into the energy of meditation this year, and it really has been a true gift for me in empowering myself. And I feel like this card is saying before you take impulsive action and you're like, I'm just gonna do it, I feel like he's saying go within, take a few moments to check in and see how you really feel and what is it that really makes your heart sing. So maybe this year we've got this week we have some adjustments to be made. Okay, let me see. Let me go into Keepers of the Light. All right, let's expand on this message. Keepers of the light, what message do you have for us for this week to support us? Let's see. Sometimes they jump. Sometimes I just gotta stop. All right. Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. I mean, you're watching this live. Do you see how these are all in sync? So, I think I'm tapping into a collective. It's like I hear John Mayer's song in my head that says, "Say what you need to say." And if you've been following, the last couple weeks, we've been getting the message of tell God and the angels how you feel. And I feel like a lot of us have been, going into that space of I'm confused, I'm afraid. Now, I have to tell you, friends, I have no qualms about telling God about how unhappy I am, because really, in essence, I'm just unhappy with myself. And so, but I can tell you, when you go to that loving place, when you share your doubts, your worries, I'll tell you, there was a point last week where I wasn't feeling it. And I said to God and Jesus, I don't feel you. I need support. I need guidance. I'm feeling alone here. And I read my Jesus book, my Jesus Calling book. I read that in the Book of Awakening in the morning. And I'll tell you, Jesus always says, trust in me, I will guide you. So when I'm feeling the doubts and I'm feeling despondent and that void, like what do? I go within, I tap into that essence of that higher power and saying, Jesus, I trust you. Please shine your light on my path. Please show me the action. And a lot of times, friends, the message is rest. Girl, rest. Take it easy, recharge, and then answers come from there. So it is the spiritual journey. It is the process. And I feel like Diana is here saying, focused intention, think about what you desire. Again, admit the truth to yourself, think about what you desire, go into meditation. This may be a week of reflection. This may be a week for you to gather your thoughts, or maybe you'll get more clarity and insight about what journey and what road to take. As I talk with my clients, there are so many of you who are shifting and changing. Your families are changing, your jobs are changing, your spiritual journey is changing. And so this is the year 2019, if it's the year of miracles, if it's the year of we saw people's true colors last year and we saw more and got more clarity about what it is that we wanted and how we wanted to feel and what we wanted to experience. Now is the time to really implement a lot of that stuff. If you are in that place where you're desiring something, whether it's more money, to be more valued, maybe you have this book or something inside of you that you want to write. Know that it's all a process. There's a point where you take in information, you learn. So creators, I think we have these really great ideas, but we forget there's a process to it. There is this thought and idea. There's sitting with it. There is, okay, how do I take action steps? Then you take action steps and you learn. And a lot of times there's a how-to, whether it's a technique, whether it's something that you have to learn, whether it's something that you have to implement. So now you're taking in information. And then you start to take action. But there are also moments of pause that have to come in as well. And wherever you are on that journey, love yourself, not for what you're not doing and what's not coming in and how it's not happening. Love yourself for where you are. I have to tell you, I am such an action person, but within the last few weeks, all I've been able to do is rest and recharge. So it makes me think, and without judgment. So when I'm tired or overwhelmed, I pull back and I go within, I lay down. God bless my puppy who's always with me, offering me support. But I can tell you, when I'm filled up, my energy is even more stronger and more powerful, and I feel even more creative. So know that you're in a process. They're all different aspects of this process. So honor your space wherever you are, and focused intention. It's not about what to do in your mind. It's how you want to feel. And a lot of that divine feminine energy is receiving How can you receive it? How can you be in that receiver mode? This is for men and women, right? You know, there's so much action and doing, but remember, there's this other part of receiving. If you're doing so much, you're not leaving a lot of room to receive, right? And then we get mad at God. Where are you? Or where are these things? And you have to ask yourself, how are you making room to receive those things? How are you allowing them to come in? And a lot of times it comes in the pauses, the breaks, the emotional releases, the sadness, the tears. It's all part of the journey. Okay, so let's pick one final card from the Angel Therapy. What is one final message for us this week? Give us some guidance. Oh, there's two here. Let's see. Let's go with these two. Archangel Michael, I love him. It says you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting and guiding you through this situation. Michael is the angel of protection. He helps us to move through worries and fears. How appropriate. I've got Michael here. I've got Michael here. It's such beautiful, loving energy. And I think it was my January vlog where I mentioned that my vibration with Michael has shifted. Michael for me was kind of like, he would come in with like the sirens and he would go ahead and he would protect me and clear the way. And I feel like Michael is like my bodyguard right now and my bouncer and my protector, and he stays really close. And I feel like, and remember, he helps us to move through worries and fears. So if you're in that place where you're taking that leap of faith, putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, expressing yourself, tapping into the intuition within, facing the fear, standing there. Will Smith has a video about jumping out of an airplane, and when I skydived a few years ago in Arizona, I could totally get his. I'll try to find the link, the video, and put a link in the description below. But it's really powerful with facing fears. And so I feel like Michael is saying there are some really big things coming for us, and we're gonna come up against fear. And I feel like he's saying, sit with it, feel the fear, and then trust this divine energy to guide you forward easily and effortlessly, because you'll realize a lot of times there was like nothing to fear. That, hey, you know, it wasn't so bad. Or like I said, that's why I feel like I'm not asking you or telling you to do anything recklessly. But there's a lot of things that we hold back on. And like I said, with the mediumship work that I do, and, you know, I've had, I sat with this young man, and then at another point I sat with his mother, and basically this was her ex-husband, and it was this boy's father. Basically the father just dropped of a heart attack, and I don't mean that in a gloom and doom way, but it opens up something for somebody. It makes you realize that life is short, and how am I not living? And I think that's just a powerful message this year. We really have to move through this funk of 2018 and start really getting happy and excited about where we're going and being this beacon of light on the planet. So you're working very closely with this powerful archangel. So Michael sends sirens, fire trucks, ambulances, and cop cars. The message is help's on the way. You're not alone. And don't be shy to call on Michael, invite him in, ask him to be your bodyguard, be your bouncer. His energy is as powerful as the sunshine, if not even more powerful, but like the sunshine. And we have one sun for this entire planet, and everybody utilizes the sun. You know, we have people in Aruba and California and Spain and Portugal and Europe and little Rhode Island, all enjoying that same sunshine. So if you can expand your thought process with that, know that Michael's light shines down on us, and by asking for assistance, it's like we're taking one ray of sunshine, really, to kind of fill you up to overflowing, so that you're bright, you're lit up, you're divinely guided, and you're being a beacon of light on this planet, in which we so desperately need. Okay, so let's get this last card. Twin flame. Okay, for my lovers out there, I have yet tapped into doing love readings and twin flame energy, but if you are out there and you're having challenges with twin flame energy, I have a couple people that we're gonna start working on this twin flame energy. So here's a sign. we were talking about like having conversations, saying what you need to say, fears and stuff. So the message is the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Interesting. So this is a special message out there for lovers, future lovers. Say what you need to say. Or this could be, maybe you're out there and, it is natural. It is absolutely natural. Here, let me put this up here. For people, that's not going to work. I'm trying to see it. Okay, I think you can see it now. It is perfectly natural for people, humanity, to want to connect. It is perfectly natural for us to want to be in fulfilling jobs, relationships, and have deep experiences where we feel connected. Last year was a year we were kind of pulled out of that, where we really had to go within from these codependent energy, meaning that we're tied into everybody's emotions and everybody's experiences and what's going on. And so this year, I feel like, and I've been saying it often, I feel like the masculine and feminine energies are going to come together in union. There's going to be more couples working together. So if you're in a relationship right now, your relationship, it may be changing, it might be growing, it might be challenged, it might be difficult. But I feel like this is also the aspect of the card. So this might be tapping into another collective. But this also could be a card that's saying, maybe if you're not happy in a situation or experience, you've got to express yourself. Go within and ask yourself, what is it that I truly want? It may be really hard to think about leaving a relationship that's unhealthy. And this could be a job, it could be with family members, it could be with a significant other, it could be in a relationship that you've been in for a long time, or even calling in the desire to want this type of relationship. It's so funny, when I do my readings, my divine guidance sessions, I'll see a vibration of love, or I'll see a connection of romance, and I'll ask them, are you in a relationship? And they'll say no, and I'm like, do you want to be? And they're like, I don't know, or no, none of that. But really at the heart of it, it's fear. It's fear of being hurt again. It's fear of being, scorned. And, this may be the year of love. This may be the year to transform that energy, to raise the vibration. So again, I feel like maybe I'm tapping into another collective or another energy. And for you lovers out there, this may be, or those wanting love or wanting to connect with your twin flame. I think it's more, there's so much twin flame stuff out there, and it can be so confusing. And, I know I speak with people about their twin flames and their energies and their connections, and it can be so confusing because there's false twins and there's all these learning lessons from it. So I always say, go to God first. Go to God and ask Him. So when I want to connect with the vibration of something, I pull my energy into myself. I breathe a little bit to open up the channel. I raise my vibration and I connect my heart with Creator. He's up in that seventh plane. If you know Theta healing, it's that energy, that vibration that goes right up to the seventh plane of existence. If you don't know that, that's fine. Just imagine that you're connecting your heart with the heart of the Father, and really connecting with that vibration. Remember, any source of soulmate energy, twin flame energy, comes from that highest vibration of unconditional love. So if you're not sure, ask God to show you truth. Ask God to show you what you need to show. And remember, it's about actions, right? How is your boss treating you? How is your husband or wife treating you? They could be saying all the yummy words and, yeah, we're going to give you a raise, and yeah, I love you so much, and things are so great, and I miss you. Or your children saying, yeah, I'm going to do this. But when you pull back, take a look at their actions. That saying, actions speak louder than words. I feel like that was a lot of our realizations in 2018, and seeing, these things come up. So, anyway, I think I was like tapping into like a whole nother vibration there. So if you're out there looking for love, looking for, and and I feel like this twin flame energy isn't just love energy. It could be like the love of your job or the love of a deep family connection or spiritual community. I'll tell you, I joke with people and tell them the reason why I started my business 11 years ago was to find my people, to connect with my tribe. And here I am opening up space and doing these readings, and I'm connecting with even more of that energy. And as you listen, as you share how these messages are resonating and how they're connecting with you, as you share them in the comments, and what you're doing is you're supporting others out there who may be feeling alone and isolated. I always ask God to go out and connect me with the people that I can bless, that can bless me as well. So we're all here working together, So I think that's all I have to say today. I am always receiving new clients. My schedule is open if you want to book a divine guidance session, a life purpose session. I still have open my January New Year's special. And though I'm still booking those are remote sessions, so Skype, either FaceTime or phone sessions, and I will tap into your personal vibration. So for example, my personal number this year is a 7. 7 is an incredibly spiritual vibration. So it's no coincidence that last year I started working with the cards and sharing what I know spiritually with people. This year for me is going to go into the depths of spirituality, and that's spiritual connections, spiritual experiences, talking about what I know. So I'm going to be sharing more information. And then what I'll do is I'll pull 3 or 4 cards and give you some insight into your own energy for this month and the 2019 energy. So I've done a few of them so far. It's a really cool reading. The messages that are coming out and how they're coming out they're just so awesome. I don't really have a reading that I use the cards for. I may pull one in a divine guidance session, but in the divine guidance session, it's mostly intuitive. So again, if you love the cards, that's a custom reading that's still available. So you can go online and you can book an appointment anytime at GladysAllen.com. All right, I am going to close space by thanking all our guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator, all beings of light that assisted with this guidance for us today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started today continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. All right, friends, have a great week. I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.